A renewed effort is being established to answer the question, where is Oakley Carlson? A question Oakley's parents have been tight-lipped about.
We want answers and we want justice. The system completely failed.
The case captivating the community, demanding for answers from the biological parents of the little girl, including Oakley's foster mom.
I know I didn't give birth to Oakley, but she was my child. And I've said it before that I saw her first steps, that I was there for her first dance recital. I mean, she was my little girl.
In the midst of it all, Oakley's parents pleading guilty to child abandonment charges, not only for Oakley's disappearance, but for the treatment of another child.
I deeply regret my failings as a father.
Do the right thing and tell us where Oakley is. That's what everybody wants.
The reward for information that brings Oakley home has now climbed to $20,000.
Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling talked to her former foster mom about what the increase in reward money means to that community.
Posters like this line the streets of Elma calling for justice for Oakley. People here, along with her foster mom, are hoping the increased reward encourages someone to come forward with new information.
So we got little Miss Oakley here at the wildlife refuge.
Pictures of Oakley Carlson still adorn the walls where she used to live with foster parents Eric and Jamie Jo Hiles.
We have photos of Oakley everywhere throughout our house. We've got her Mickey Mouse ears with her name. We never got to take her to Disneyland.
The little girl came to live with them when she was around 8 to 9 months old and stayed with the couple for almost 3 years before going back to her biological parents. Then she disappeared.
I still hope that she's alive. That's my hope.
Jamie Jo has been outspoken in her concerns that something terrible may have happened to Oakley and started selling T-shirts to increase the reward money for any information leading to the location of Oakley or an arrest in the case.
I am so grateful. So it kind of started in March. It's all been grassroots, it's private. I've been working with a really great advocacy group called Light the Way.
Jamie Jo has always believed that Oakley's biological parents haven't been forthcoming with information about their daughter. Investigators have said the last confirmed sighting of Oakley was in February 2021, but she wasn't reported missing until months later in December 2021 after fire damaged the family's home.
And it wasn't until I think 2 or 3 weeks later that Oakley was discovered missing.
The couple has also expressed concerns about how Washington's Department of Children, Youth and Families handled Oakley's child welfare case and the decision to return the child to her biological parents.
I write Governor Inslee every single week. Every single week.
Oakley's biological parents, Andrew Carlson and Jordan Bowers, remain behind bars. They were sentenced on unrelated charges. Bowers was sentenced to 20 months after pleading guilty to withholding necessary medication from another child in their care, Oakley's sibling. Andrew Carlson was sentenced to 12 months in prison for charges involving the same child.
I haven't done a lot of things correctly in the last 7 years or so.
You know, I'm grateful that they both, at least Andrew was able to take some ownership and admit guilt. Jordan, the mother, she took an Alfred's plea, so she is still maintaining her innocence, but she just took the plea because she was afraid that she'd be found guilty if she were to go to trial, which to me that doesn't accept responsibility that her children, aside from Oakley, have suffered a lot of trauma.
For now, the posters remind the public in Grays Harbor County to look out for Oakley. In this location, her poster sits next to Lindsay Baums, another young girl that went missing in the community more than a decade ago. Jamie Jo hopes the $20,000 in reward money leads to answers in Oakley's case so it doesn't go cold.
Your binoculars.
See?
Money does talk. If people do know something, I'm really hopeful that if they know something but they've been afraid to do something or tell somebody about it, that you know, it's worth talking to somebody about.
In Grays Harbor County, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.